What if the man you have been falling for online turns out to be someone else entirely, but the someone else is even better than you expected? Hey friends, how's it going? Today I'm recapping Three Gun, the 2024 Turkish romantic comedy that takes a catfishing premise and turns it into something genuinely warm and funny about family, identity, and what it means to follow your heart somewhere it was not supposed to go. So let's break down everything that happens. The film opens in Izmir, where we meet Elia, a gastronomy graduate with ambitions of an academic career who is currently being driven quietly mad by her mother Saadet. Saadet is of the firm belief that no amount of formal education replaces what a woman learns from her mother and grandmother in the kitchen. Elia disagrees, frequently and with feeling. The argument about beans and culinary legacy is ongoing. Into this domestic friction arrives Elia's cousin Zeyno, arriving with big news. She is engaged and her fiancé is wealthy. Saadet is visibly delighted and visibly jealous at the same time, which is a specific expression she has clearly practiced. She makes pointed comments about Elia's romantic situation. Elia says she would choose love over money any day of the week. This answer does not satisfy Saadet, who sends her to make tea. While Saadet is on the phone in the other room, Elia confides in Zeyno. She has been seeing someone, not in person, but online, through a dating app. His name is Semih. His family owns a large lumber factory outside Istanbul. He is handsome and attentive, and has been sending her messages every day for months. Elia has genuinely begun to fall for him. When Saadet returns, Elia tells her she has a job interview in Istanbul and would like to go. Saadet opposes this immediately. Istanbul is far, Izmir has perfectly good jobs, and there is no good reason to leave home. Elia negotiates carefully. She will be gone 3 days. She will stay with Zeyno's cousin while she is there. She promises to return immediately if the interview does not go well. Saadet agrees, with a condition. If the interview falls through, Elia will come home and meet the man Saadet has selected for her. Elia agrees. She will take her chances. She does not go to Zeyno's cousin's house. She goes straight to Semih's family home, suitcase in hand, expecting to finally meet the man she has been talking to every day. The door is answered by 3 women in matching outfits, clearly sisters, immediately warm and a little overwhelming. The eldest introduces herself as Nermin. The middle sister, who is Semih's mother, is Nesrin. The youngest is Nevin. They usher Elia inside and sit her down with tea before she has quite worked out what is happening. Nesrin asks how Elia and Semih know each other. Elia, who cannot say they met through a dating app without this visit becoming extremely awkward, quickly invents a cover story. They were classmates. At that moment, Alper enters the room. The instant he sees Elia, he goes pale and collapses. The aunts panic. Cologne is found. He is revived. He leaves the room hurriedly. In private, Alper grabs Semih and tells him everything in an urgent, increasingly frantic monologue. He had been using a dating app. He created his profile using Semih's photo because he believed no woman would agree to talk to him if he used his own. He chatted with Elia every day for months under Semih's identity. And now Elia is sitting in their living room expecting to meet the man she has been falling for. Semih is furious. Alper has done something like this before, and it caused serious trouble. He tells Alper to go back in there and confess the truth himself. Let Elia scold him, slap him if she likes, then leave. Alper begs. He says Elia is genuinely wonderful. Just come in and look at her. Semih, reluctantly, looks. He sees her. He is immediately struck. Alper, watching this happen from slightly behind, recognizes the expression on Semih's face and moves quickly to secure an agreement. He will never pull this stunt again. Just play along for now. Semih, not entirely in command of his own reactions at this point, agrees. Elia notices immediately that something is off. Semih cannot remember conversations they apparently had. He seems confused about details he should know. She calls Zeyno and whispers that Semih is behaving strangely, not at all like the person she has been talking to all this time. The aunts, meanwhile, suggest Semih take Elia to the stables. The fresh air will do them good. On the way there, Elia gets a message. Her job interview has been postponed 3 days. She has more time than expected. At the stables, Semih shows her how to ride. He is gentle and patient. The horse he chooses for her is his favorite. As they ride, something eases between them. The confusion and awkwardness of the living room gives way to something more natural. By the time they return for dinner, it is clear that Sami is no longer performing. He is simply present. The aunts and Nesrin invite Elia to stay overnight. They prepare her room with care. Sami carves her a goblet and leaves it outside her door. The aunts give her a key and tell her to put it under her pillow. According to their tradition, she will dream of her future husband. She cannot sleep. She goes outside for air. Sami is also awake. They talk quietly in the yard, and he tells her she is the most unexpected person who has ever arrived at their door. She blushes and retreats. Then Alper walks into her room, uninvited, and confesses. He explains that he used Sami's photo because of his own insecurity. He tells her he is the one she has been talking to all these months. He begs her not to expose him. His mother will punish him severely, and points out that her interview was postponed, so she has no real reason to leave yet. He is asking her to keep the pretense going for just a few more days. Elia, furious but calculating, realizes she would rather stay and figure out this strange household than go home to Izmir and be enrolled in Saadet's marriage plans. She asks whether Sami knew. Alper admits reluctantly that yes, Sami agreed to play along from the beginning. The next morning, the aunts burst into her room at dawn. Terrified, she had stopped breathing in her sleep. There was apparently a family tragedy in the past, and they have made a habit of checking. Elia emerges, showers, calls Zeno. Zeno's cousin has still not responded. Stay a little longer, Zeno advises. Nevin announces at breakfast that there is a sandstorm coming, and travel would be inadvisable. This sandstorm does not exist. All three aunts have invented it in order to keep their houseguest exactly where she is. Elia, still burning quietly over the deception, decides to enjoy herself at Sami's expense. She serves him a spoonful of intensely spiced food, knowing he has a sensitive stomach. He cannot refuse without appearing rude and eats it dutifully. The results are predictably unpleasant. She cracks sunflower seeds deliberately in front of him throughout the afternoon, just the way the aunts do. The specific habit of a woman who has made herself completely at home. The day is further complicated by the arrival of Han, a neighbor who has struggled with a mental illness since childhood and visits the household annually. Han insists everyone participate in her imaginary world, in which she is a flight attendant. The aunts go along with this warmly because Han's family have always been good neighbors. Han also has had a childhood crush on Sami, which makes the atmosphere in the room considerably more tense. Elia eventually has to leave. Sami, concerned, finds her alone and asks what changed. She shouts at him for playing with a woman's feelings, which from his perspective makes no sense, because he does not yet know that Alper confessed to her. Neither of them can fully explain themselves to the other. That evening, Elia bakes a cake for the household and avoids Sami pointedly. Then Nevin finds a moment alone with Elia in the kitchen and tells her about Sami's late grandmother, who had always wished to eat her favorite dish one final time, but passed away before anyone could make it for her. Nevin speaks about the aunt's worry over the future. Both Sami and Alper are unmarried, no heirs, the family fortune without a successor. Since Elia arrived, Nevin says quietly, they have felt something different in the house. Nevin also mentions what nobody has explained. A few years ago, Sami was engaged to a woman who cheated on him. Devastated, he enlisted in the military to escape. The shock of this caused his father a fatal heart attack. Sami came back and has been careful with himself ever since. Han departs after receiving a call from her imaginary boss. Everyone exhales. That night, Sami is outside stacking firewood for a bonfire. Elia joins him. They talk properly for the first time. About the marshmallows he used to roast here with his former fiancée. About the things the past 3 days have actually been for each of them. Sami apologizes for pretending. Elia tells him that what brought her here was following her heart, whatever that turned out to mean. She leans her head in his lap and falls asleep under the stars. He looks at photographs of her taken around the house and feels, for the first time in years, something he is not afraid of. In the morning, Elia says goodbye. She tells Alper to delete her account from the dating app and never do this to another woman. The aunts demand she go wake Sami before she leaves. She goes to his room and tells him she is leaving today and heading back to Izmir. They stand in his room being heartbroken at each other. She has no real reason left to stay. He does not know how to ask her to. She leaves anyway. She is almost to the gate when Sami appears behind her with his bag, announcing that it is his turn. He is coming to Izmir to meet her family. The aunts and Nezrin watch from the window. Nerman grabs Nezrin's arm. Nevin claps once. They are already making plans. The film ends.